Hey guys, Bearded Guitarist here. Welcome back to another R&B and neo-soul acoustic guitar lesson. So we all love this genre, R&B, neo-soul guitar, and it doesn't have to be difficult, it doesn't have to be complicated. So I often get messages and comments saying, how can I approach this style if I'm a complete beginner, if I'm somebody who just started playing the guitar? Because obviously most of the times, you see all of these moves and all of these neo-soul embellishments and stuff like that, but it doesn't have to be difficult, it doesn't have to be complicated. So let's break it down into something really simple that anyone can follow. And even if you are a complete beginner, or if you are somebody who's just been playing the guitar for a little bit and maybe you don't even know how to play bar chords, you can still play R&B and neo-soul guitar. Now I hear you, obviously this genre is well known to use 7th chords, and if you are a beginner, chances are you haven't explored 7th chords yet. But we can explore them together with really simple open chord positions. Okay, so we're gonna be using these 3 chords. The first one being a D minor 7, which we're playing using the first 4 strings of the guitar, okay, second finger on 2nd fret of the G string, and then you'll be using one finger, like a very small bar, on the 1st fret of the B and E string, okay. But if you do struggle with this because you can't play this bar with the 1st finger, you can use 2 fingers instead and use another one for the note on the G string, and it sounds absolutely the same. I encourage you to try this, but you can get started this way, okay. That's a D minor 7, so you are already playing a 7th chord in open position, okay. But if you want to learn more, if you want to go one step ahead, learn all of the 7 chords, the bar chords, maybe understand the music theory behind it so that you can make your own chord progressions, or understand the songs that you learn in this style, check out my R&B and neo-soul courses. Add the link in the description below. I literally explain everything from all of the techniques, finger picking, pick, strumming, everything, to, like I said, the music theory and examples with lots of chord progressions, neo-soul etudes, all of that. Everything is explained in detail with chord diagrams, tabs, everything you may need. So yeah, if you're passionate about this style, if you're serious about learning it, everything is in one place. Check out my courses, add the link in the description below. Now the next one is an E minor 7. Now chances are you may already know the E minor, okay. Well, all I want you to do, guys, is because we're going to be using the first 4 strings of the guitar for this E minor 7, I don't even want you to position the full E minor, but just one finger, the 2nd one, on the 2nd fret of the D string, and then start introducing your pinky on the 3rd fret of the B string. That's where you get the 7th for this chord, okay? So that's how it becomes an E minor 7. And when you combine them, they already sound pretty cool. And where are we heading to? We are heading to an A minor 7. And again, chances are you know how to play an A minor because it's one of the first chords that people learn on the guitar. And in order to make it an A minor 7, you don't need to add anything. You actually need to drop one finger, the ring finger. So it's 2nd fret of the D string and 1st fret of the B string. And you go your A minor 7. Just bear in mind that this time the root is on the A string, because obviously that's an A, right? So the 3 chord positions that we need: D minor 7, E minor 7, and A minor 7, okay. Now, all it matters when you play this style, more than playing fancy embellishments and fancy chords, is to play with groove, okay, with a certain feel, which is the R&B feel that we all love and that you can recognize when you listen to these songs and chord progressions. So just practice these chord positions first, okay, making sure that you have the muscle memory on your fretting hand ready to go, and then just try to apply some groove. Okay, again, it doesn't have to be complicated. I encourage you to pluck the strings all together, and from time to time even a single string. If you want to check out the way I was playing it, you will find it on my Patreon page, explained with a tab and music theory, as always, as for any other of my lessons. But then when you feel like you've got this, whether you pluck it, whether you strum it, even with your thumb, you can do this. That's absolutely fine. When you feel like, I encourage you to go one step ahead, okay? And maybe try to sometimes practice the exact same 3 chord positions, the exact same chord progression, but this time playing single note arpeggios with All it means, guys, is that this time we don't pluck or strum all of the strings together, but you look at the strings that you want to play and you play them one at a time, like this. How cool is the very same chord progression just played this way with single note arpeggios? I find it really cool, and you can already alternate between, you know, strumming or plucking and playing the single note arpeggios. And again, the tab for the arpeggios as well will be on my Patreon page if you want to go a little bit deeper into this. Now, I just want to leave you by saying that if you struggle with the first chord, don't let that put you down, okay? If the D-7 this way or this way is not the most comfortable, you can start without the 7th. You can play a D minor, okay, like this, which is one, again, maybe not the very first one, but one of the first chords that you guys learn, because it's an open chord and it's a triad, it's a major or minor chord, okay? So that's a D minor, all right? So you can do your D minor, then keep the pinky where it is, go to the position that I showed you for the E-7, and then go to your A minor, all right? So you can go... And I find that this is a great way to start getting into R&B and neo-soul, even if you're just a beginner, a complete beginner, even if you can only play, you know, simple open chords like this, you can get into the right vibe. And that being said, guys, I hope that you've enjoyed this quick beginner-friendly lesson on R&B and neo-soul guitar. But if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'm always happy to help, or feel free to reach out on Instagram.